Welcome back to another episode of Positive Solutions for Life. I'm Peggy Meyer. Today's episode is one I've been really excited to share with you ever since I heard this guy speak back in November. Something about his message stayed with me, and I knew I needed to learn more. So I grabbed his book, and as I started reading, I kept thinking, my listeners need to hear this. This episode isn't just about a book, it's about hope. The kind of hope that shows up when life feels heavy. The kind of hope that reminds you that even in your hardest seasons, you're not stuck and you're not done. The book we're talking about today is Iron Hope by James Lawrence. And the message at the heart of this book is simple, powerful, and life changing. You are stronger than you think. James Lawrence is a professional endurance athlete who holds multiple Guinness World Records, including competing in 100 full triathlons in 100 consecutive days. And if you're not familiar with what a full Ironman triathlon is, let me break it down for you for a second. Each day, James completed a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, and a 26.2-mile marathon run every single day for 100 days in a row. That is an incredible, pretty much impossible feat for pretty much everybody. But you know what? He didn't start out this way. Like all of us, James had a beginning that didn't quite look like the person he eventually became. His story reminds us that who you are today is not who you will always be, and it is certainly not the limit of what's possible for you. James discovered that his gift wasn't avoiding pain, it was being willing to suffer with purpose. And from that, he found his calling to bring iron hope to others, to remind us that no matter how hard things get, there is still hope, and you can overcome your hard. So, as I read this book, I pulled out some key lessons that stood out the most for me, and I'm going to share those with you today. These aren't just ideas. They're tools you can use and I can use in our own lives every single day. And there's so many more lessons, but here are six. The first one, decide to start. I mean, this is huge. It's not, let me think about it for a while, which often turns into procrastination, as we all know, and not someday when I'm ready. Just decide to start. You're never going to be fully prepared. The unexpected will show up and life will throw you curveballs, but you can handle it one step at a time. Yeah, it's important to do some planning. Hey, I am a planner and an organizer. And yes, it helps to gather support, a team of people around you, but clarity doesn't come before action. It comes because of action. So you don't have to see the whole path. You just have to take the first step. The second lesson I learned from this book is building mental toughness. And the truth is that hard things will be hard. There will be challenges. There's going to be discomfort. There's going to be days when you feel like quitting. And that's when your inner bully shows up. You know, that voice that tells you, you can't do this. You're not good enough. Why even try? Recognize that voice, that inner bully voice, but don't give into it. Don't obey it. Instead, turn up the volume of positivity. Surround yourself with people who won't let you quit. People who remind you of your whys. You need more than one why to keep going when things get hard. You need a backpack full of them. You need people around you that's going to carry you, pick you up when you're stumbling. And one of the most important tools is replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. You can't just tell yourself not to think negatively. You have to be intentional and intentionally bring in something better, bring in something positive. Positive thinking helps your brain and your body and your nervous system recalibrate, right? It brings it new energy. It helps you stay grounded and keeps you moving forward. So find the positive and focus on that. The third lesson I learned through this reading this book is the best version of you is always evolving. The best version of you is not a fixed target. The best version of you evolves as you evolve. When you envision your best life and start taking action towards it, you grow. And as you grow, your idea of your best grows too. Because, think about it. You might think, oh, the best year, of my life, in 10 years, I'm going to be like this. And you get that. And then you grow with it. Then you go, well, what's next? My best year? I'm like, my best is yet to come, right? It is always evolving. So the more you challenge yourself to do hard things, the stronger, the wiser, and more capable you become. And so you do become better each and every year. The fourth lesson I want to share with you is be you. You are one of a kind. You have a unique calling, passion, and purpose. But most of the time, you won't discover those things by sitting and thinking about them. You discover them by trying new things and trying again and trying even when you're unsure. Passion comes after action, not before it. So as you evolve, your passion and your purpose reveals itself. So find your thing, lean into it, and be unapologetically you. The world doesn't need a copy of someone else. It needs you. And just as you are one of a kind, so is your heart. Your heart is going to be different than anyone else's heart. You do you, and you conquer your heart. The fifth lesson is there's going to be days you don't feel like it. And James calls these blue collar days. These are the grind days, the unglamorous days, the days when you just show up and you do the work. These days test your integrity and your faithfulness. They're also the days where you must be extra aware of your thoughts, emotions, and actions because it's going to be really easy to make poor choices. Because on these blue collar days, you're often tired and you're worn down. You're just going through the motion. On these days, lean on your people, the team, your positive people around you. You have to manage your inner bully, recognize when it's showing up and kick it out. Like, don't listen to it. Replace those negative thoughts with positive ones. You got to revisit your bag of whys, why you're doing this in the first place. Who are you going to become in the end? And look for little sparks of light. Oftentimes on James's journey through the 100 triathlons in 100 days, sometimes just the littlest thing, like somebody wearing a sweatshirt that says, be happy. Those are the little sparks of light. And most importantly, you just got to keep taking action, keep showing up and doing the work. You always have a choice and you can show up. You can show up anyway. You can show up for yourself. You can show up for your others, even when you don't feel like it. Don't let your life be dictated by your feelings. I know we all have feelings. They're just messages, but we don't have to take them as reality. Because this is why routines, structure, and small daily habits matter so much. James just says that a lot in his book. Over time, these little things, these little steps, these little things that you do on a daily basis, you call them your habits, call them your routines, they build discipline. And discipline is what carries you when motivation fades, when you don't feel like it. So establish those routines and those structures. And the last lesson I want to share, even though there's a lot more, is reset your mind and body with simple phrases. So when you're doing hard things, there's going to be moments when you stumble. You're physically, mentally, or emotionally, you're going to stumble. And that's just part of the process. What matters is how quickly you reset and move forward. So, this is where short, simple phrases become powerful. So, when you don't feel like it, think back to the beginning. Think back to your day one. At the start of anything new, there's this excitement and enthusiasm. So, James says adopt a day one mentality by remembering why you started and the feelings you had on day one. And say it out loud if you need to. Today is day one. Or when you fall and get off track, it helps to have somebody on your team who doesn't dwell on the mistake, but instead reaches out, helps you up, and says, "Here we go." Those words signal a reset. They say we're not done. We're moving forward. And then there's going to be times when you need to be that voice for yourself, when that negative image or fear or your old story or your inner bully revisits your mind. Don't stay there. Replace it with a few intentional words, some positive words that bring your focus back to the positive vision you want to hold on to. So find a few words that emulate what you want, such as smooth sailing. That's what James used after the vision of him crashing on his bike happened. He wanted a positive thing. He didn't want all those negative emotions coming up on his 112-mile bike ride every single day. So he replaced it with smooth sailing. The bike ride's going to be smooth sailing today. So these short phrases help calm your nervous system, refocus your thoughts, and bring you back into the present moment. They remind you that you can begin again, right where you are. So you don't need a long pep talk when things get hard. Sometimes just a few well-chosen words are enough to reset your mind, steady your body, and keep you moving forward. So these are just a few of the many takeaways and lessons that I learned from James Lawrence's book, Iron Hope. And I encourage you to read this book. I mean, or even check out his story. He's got a documentary on his conquer to do the 50 triathlons in 50 days over 50 states. And also he's got some programs on ironcowboy.com. So go ahead and check it out and learn your own lessons. But as we wrap up today, I just want to leave you with these words from James Lawrence. You get to choose the person you are becoming. It's your dream, not theirs. Continuously chase the best version of yourself. You won't know everything when you start, just start, and everything else will follow. Surround yourself with supportive people, keep doing the work, refuse to quit, learn to appreciate the grind. Keep going. One more minute, one more step. Keep showing up. Keep fighting. Be relentless. Be the best version of yourself. And one day soon, you will cross your finish line. You will triumph because, my friend, you are far stronger than you think. Thank you for joining me today. And until next time, keep choosing hope, keep showing up, and keep becoming the best version of you.